Okay, we're back here for part two at the field report. More for their Watch News update. We're talking about some topics around space weather, some other things that are happening in and outside the solar system that will be affecting real changes that are happening in climate itself. Most people obviously pinpoint to climate changes related to people, and that's probably one of the worst kind of tactics here because there's nothing we could do outside of the universe. If something's going to directly affect Earth, it will certainly be man of itself. It will be something outside of the universe, and we're going to pick up with the rest of that interview right now.
Like you said, thank God we have a Christian audience here because we know no matter what might come our way, where our peace and where our protection lies. And that's in Jesus Christ. Amen?
Yeah, that's right. I certainly don't walk around with fear or anything else, and I know a lot of people do because they don't understand God's architecture. But He has really just set everything up according to His own architecture, and it's in the Word. If we hunt enough, it's in the Word. But I think it's going to be an important topic when they're actually visible, because people will begin to say, "What is this?" or "What is that?" They'll be visible in the day sky, not the night sky, and so that's going to add another layer of strangeness to the entire thing.
Right. In the day sky. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, in the day sky. That is interesting. So Planet X or 7X, which is maybe been given this information by Gil Broussard. So what's your thoughts on that?
In the 1980s, they put out the truth of what they knew in the 1980s, and then they retracted all the information. You can't find the core information anymore. But they had a scenario of what would happen to Earth if something like this were to return. And they found the evidence of something like that being in our solar system. And even with the devices they had back then, they could see a great many things. But they somewhat squashed or got rid of that topic. In fact, today, that's one of the most dangerous topics to discuss, believe it or not. It's taking its toll. When a topic becomes dangerous, well, that just means it's about to be made known. Now, I do know, you know what, Heidi, we're going to the book of Jeremiah. There's a curious scripture in Jeremiah 4:7 that says, "The destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He has gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate, and thy cities shall be laid waste without inhabitant." And you know what, I looked into that further, and there are more scriptures pertaining to this. Ancient Egypt documented very well about the destroyer, and they documented what it looked like. The Native Americans here, they documented what this thing looked like. And people have to understand, we have 4 seasons here on Earth. We have 4 seasons. We have 4 seasons because we rotate around the sun, right, giving us 4 seasons, very slow. But the solar system also has seasons because we rotate, this entire solar system rotates around something larger. And in the Milky Way, as we bob up and down through this galaxy, we will experience things that we have not experienced for about 108,000 years. And now I know the timing of this return of what they're expecting is in the range of 4 to 20,000 years. But we're closely approaching a point in our galaxy that is just dangerous, to say the least. And the effects of that will become numerous. There have been more impacts. There have been more things flying into the sun, causing it to send all CMEs and flares and so forth. But no one's paying attention. Why? Because we have violence in the streets of America. In fact, no one's paying attention to the weather. No one's paying attention to what's happening in the heavens. The heavens effectively went silent. They fed the public the Rosetta achievement, they call it, and everybody said, "Oh, that's what they're doing." And they quit observing the heavens. No one really looks up anymore. And so when we do experience these effects, and I'm telling you now, we're experiencing the effects. It happened happening solar system wide. It's just not Earth. And all planets are going through a type of atmospheric compression, which is going to make everything will change because of that. But it was already foretold, but no one knows about it. They lost the knowledge. And so when it comes back around, everybody's going to be in a panic. I don't like to call it Nibiru because I know I learned a while ago that Zechariah Sitchin was fed through deciphering the Sumerian text. He was fed some falsehoods, and he based his book and his research. See, if you feed one lie into a linguistic pattern of anything, if you feed one lie to someone trying to decipher something ancient, well, then their entire everything that follows that premise is a little off, and so the names were mixed up. Nibiru, actually, what that was referring to is the womb. The womb. And so that means it's not so much Nibiru is what they call it, but it means the womb, which was a destruction and a restart. The womb, that's why they call it the womb. But it was not a planet. It was also called a throne. It was called a throne, something that the Sumerian gods were terrified of. They were terrified of this place because to them this place meant their final destruction when it came back again. They also described in the text, and especially the text you found in 1998, that these fallen angels, which were actually the Sumerian gods, some of them, these fallen ones, knew that they had to accomplish something. The rest of them had to accomplish something before it came back, before the womb came back. It was described as looking like two snakes flowing within each other, and the center was very dark. It was not round. It was very dynamic, moving all the time, changing its form and structure and everything else. It didn't follow any known physical rules, but it did wipe away the atmosphere of this planet once. They documented they had to go underground to breathe. They couldn't breathe. The seas began to get hot and boil. It caused volcanism and everything else. And so it's on its way back here. It's on its way back. That object, this entity, if you want to call it that, is on its way back for the last time.
Okay, and we're going to pick up with the next one shortly after this, or sometime in the next segment we will finish the rest of the series.